You do not need enemies when your own mouth is working against you. Right now, someone is using your words to undermine you. They are in a room, mapping your downfall with sentences you tossed out months ago. The joke you told becomes evidence. The secret you shared becomes leverage. That moment of weakness is a road they plan to march down toward victory. You think your words evaporate. You think people forget. You think conversations are safe. That belief is the most dangerous illusion of modern life. Many winners have been ruined by lines they wish they could pull back. Empires crack because someone talks too much. Friendships wither when trust is pierced by loose tongues. The old masters knew what we ignore. Your mouth is your most dangerous adversary. It leaks your secrets, exposes your soft spots, and hands your rivals the exact tools they need. Niccolo Machiavelli spent a lifetime dissecting power. His lesson is blunt. Those who control their speech control their fate. Those who do not become casualties of their own voice. In the next few minutes, you will see 10 psychological traps that turn your mouth into your executioner. These situations visit everyone, but only the wise spot them before the damage lands. Type this in the comments if you are ready to take the wheel. I speak only to win. Number 1. Confession through anger. Anger is truth serum. When rage takes the controls, your brain shuts the security system, and your mouth becomes a confessional booth. Every grievance you have swallowed, every resentment you hid, every dark thought you buried, all of it spills like poison. The person who triggers you is not your enemy in that moment. They are your interrogator. They just found the shortest path to your deepest truths. While you feel righteous, they are collecting intelligence on the real you behind the mask. Anger makes you predictable. Once someone learns what sets you off, they own you. They can spark your temper whenever they want you to overshare, blunder, or torch your credibility. Your temper becomes their remote control. The real danger is not what you say, it is who hears it. A brief outburst becomes a permanent file on your character. A temporary lapse becomes lasting evidence against you. Machiavelli warned that anyone who wants obedience must know how to command. Command starts with yourself. If you cannot command your mouth when you are angry, you will not command anything that matters. Your anger is not righteousness. It is weakness, dressed up as strength. Powerful people feel anger, but do not display it. They process it in private and answer with strategy. They understand that today's explosion becomes tomorrow's ammunition for their rivals. Type this in the comments. My anger serves me. Number 2, the victory parade. Success intoxicates stronger than liquor. When you are on top, your ego demands applause. You want credit for your clever moves. You crave recognition for the strategy behind them. You need the room to know how sharp you are. That hunger for validation ruins more winners than defeat ever will. Every explanation of how you won functions as a manual for your rivals. Every reveal of your method draws a map for those who plan to overtake you. Every detail you share becomes a blueprint for your replacement. Even brilliant minds get trapped here. They cannot resist narrating their genius. They cannot stay quiet about the win. With each sentence, they transform from mysterious victors into transparent targets. Your opponents are not celebrating your success. They are studying it. They are not dazzled by your results. They are running the reverse analysis. They are not your audience. They are your future opposition, armed with intel you volunteered. Machiavelli's lesson is clear. A ruler honors promises only when those promises serve his interests. Telling your success story feels like honoring a promise to supporters, yet it betrays your future by educating your enemies. Your loyalty belongs to the victories ahead, not the curiosity of yesterday's fans. Real masters celebrate in private and speak only when silence causes more problems than disclosure. They know mystery protects power while explanations dismantle it. Type this in the comments. Victory speaks in silence. Number 3, the loose confession. Alcohol does not create new thoughts. It strips away the barriers that lock dangerous thoughts in the vault. Each sip weakens your mental security. Each glass lowers your defenses. Each bottle turns you into an intelligence asset for anyone sober enough to listen. The most valuable secrets are not pulled out by torture. They are poured out over drinks. People confess affairs, reveal strategies, admit fears, and expose plans once inhibitions vanish. What would take years to learn by observation can be uncovered in a single reckless evening. Professional manipulators are liquid interrogators. They build comfort, keep the refills flowing, and ask harmless questions while their target talks more and more. They remember everything while you remember nothing. Your drunken confession becomes a sober consequence. A casual admission about relationship trouble becomes evidence in court. A candid remark about business risk becomes a gift to a competitor. A moment of honesty turns into a permanent regret. Machiavelli argued that a prince should not fear the reputation for harshness if it keeps his people united and loyal. Be harsh with your own impulses when the bottle opens. The temporary need to connect and confess will create permanent damage to your position. The short thrill of sharing a secret becomes the long ache of exposure. Smart people drink with strategy or do not drink at all. They understand that in a world where every pocket holds a recorder, any slurred sentence can become Exhibit A. They choose clarity over camaraderie when the stakes matter. Type this in the comments. Clarity is my power. Number 4. Harvesting through pity. Professional manipulators rarely attack head-on. They show you curated vulnerability. They roll out polished struggle stories, flash selective weaknesses, and invite you to play savior. While you enjoy feeling important and needed, they are quietly extracting every valuable detail you hold. The pity trap works because it flips the power dynamic. Instead of feeling threatened, you feel protective. Instead of guarding secrets, you volunteer them in the name of help. Instead of healthy distance, you build intimacy they can exploit later. Real vulnerability is rare and messy. Performed vulnerability is tidy and intentional. Learn to tell the difference between a sincere need and strategic theater. The perfect, tearful monologue often belongs to the most dangerous hunter in the room. Your compassion becomes their competitive edge. Every secret you share to support them turns into intelligence they deploy against you. Every weakness you reveal in solidarity becomes ammunition for the next strike. Machiavelli warned that people are easily swayed by immediate needs, and a deceiver will always find willing targets. Your immediate urge to help and bond makes you easy to game. While you focus on being a good person, they focus on being an effective manipulator. Your kindness becomes their weapon. Real power helps without exposing holes. It supports without handing over secrets. It shows compassion without surrendering leverage. Master this balance, or become prey to those who have mastered you. Type this in the comments. I help without disclosure. Number 5. The trade in information. Social groups run on the currency of intel. Every secret shared, every opinion revealed, every trust broken carries a price in the marketplace of status. When you join gossip, you are not passing time. You are transacting in intelligence. Most people are terrible deal makers. The gossip economy has simple rules. Information flows upward toward power, and betrayal flows downward toward the weak. Those who collect and store secrets accumulate leverage. Those who share without collecting become powerless. Every workplace, friend circle, and community has information brokers. They appear caring, reliable, and well-connected. In truth, they run an intelligence operation where your secrets are the product and your trust is the transaction fee. The danger is not what you say about others. It is what your talking exposes about you. Each secret you retail proves you cannot be trusted. Each confidence you break advertises your unreliability. Each rumor you spread becomes evidence of your character. Machiavelli noted that people live far from how they ought to live, and anyone who abandons reality for ideals invites ruin. You think gossip ought to be harmless bonding. In reality, it is information warfare where your life is traded like cargo. While you focus on what should be, others exploit what is. There is a market for intelligence. Master it by becoming a collector, not a distributor. Listen to everything. Contribute nothing of value, and watch others dismantle themselves with their own loose tongues. Type this in the comments. Secrets flow toward me. Number 6. The breaking point. Pressure exposes character, and most people discover they have less of it than they imagined. As deadlines close in and expectations rise, the polite mask slides off. What surfaces is often messy, timid, and perfect for exploitation by anyone fluent in human psychology. Stress breeds desperation, and desperation breeds confession. Under heat, people admit they are out of their depth, outline their struggles, and confess they are slipping. They believe they are seeking support, yet they are handing rivals targeted intelligence. The most dangerous stress confessions happen with those closest to you. You tell family about career trouble, friends about relationship cracks, co-workers about personal gaps. Each confession opens a seam that can be weaponized later. Your breaking point is not authenticity. It is an opening. While you chase relief, others turn up the heat. Your stress becomes their window to extract data, seize advantage, or position themselves for your fall. Machiavelli favored respect built on strength. Collapse under pressure earns neither fear nor affection. It summons contempt. People lose respect for anyone who cannot manage strain like a professional. A brief lapse becomes a lasting verdict on your competence. Pressure is not the enemy. Your response is. Master your response, and pressure becomes a tool that filters out weaker rivals who expose themselves when the temperature climbs. Type this in the comments. Pressure makes diamonds. Number 7. The power trap. When power treats you unfairly, every instinct screams for justice. You want to defend yourself, broadcast your value, and prove your skills. That instinct wrecks careers, relationships, and reputations. Power does not want your explanation. It wants your composure. Most challenges from authority are tests disguised as conflict. They are designed to reveal whether you can handle pressure, accept criticism, and stay disciplined under fire. React emotionally, and you fail the test. You confirm their doubts about your ceiling. The fairness you demand does not exist inside the machinery of power. The respect you expect must be earned through outcomes, not argued into existence. The understanding you seek will not come from confronting the hand that signs your future. Your defense turns into your indictment. Every word you use to justify yourself becomes proof that you dodge responsibility. Every argument you make signals that you lack the judgment to know when silence serves you better. Machiavelli separated politics from moral outrage. Your righteous anger about unfair treatment is irrelevant to success. Power runs on rules different from justice. Your choice is simple. Adapt to those rules or be crushed by them. Smart operators answer unfair pressure with strategic compliance, followed by undeniable performance. They prove their worth with results, not rhetoric. They know that today's harsh critique can turn into tomorrow's opening, if handled with skill. Type this in the comments. Results prove everything. Number 8. The competence stage. When you feel inadequate or uncertain, your mouth tries to compensate by performing confidence, expertise, and importance. Overcompensation is theater, and theater exposes more than it hides. The urge to prove yourself becomes proof that you are not there yet. Insecurity turns into verbal desperation. You name drop to look connected. You over-explain to look informed. You interrupt to look essential. Each move shouts the opposite of what you intend. Your performance entertains the room while eroding your credibility. Real capability does not need a spotlight. Real expertise does not need a lecture. Real confidence does not chase validation. If you must announce these traits, you confirm you do not embody them. The worst part of this competence stage is how predictable it makes you. People learn exactly which buttons trigger your need to prove yourself. They figure out how to bait you into oversharing, into rushed choices, or into moves that harm your position. Machiavelli reminded us that nothing great is done without risk. The risk here is not looking small for a moment. The risk is proving you are small by talking yourself into a corner. Fear of appearing weak creates real weakness. Serious operators let their work build the legend. They are calm when others miss their value because they trust they can demonstrate it when the moment matters. Number 9. Vengeance by disclosure. When a relationship ends in betrayal, you hold nuclear intel. Secrets, fears, failures, and faults. Turning that cache into a weapon feels like justice. It is not justice. It is a self-inflicted strike. Every relationship is a two-way exchange of information. You know their soft spots and they know yours. The moment you start leaking their secrets, you are not only attacking them, you are advertising yourself as a person who weaponizes private information. Future partners, employers, and allies, watch how you handle endings. They judge whether you can be trusted with sensitive matters. Your revenge becomes a warning label on your character. The worst damage from retaliatory disclosures is not the hit to your target. It is the long erosion of your reputation. People learn that when you are hurt, you betray. Your credibility loses its value. Machiavelli advised that severity should be delivered all at once, and favors given in small doses. If you insist on settling the score, do it through actions that cannot be traced back to a breach of confidence. Guard your reputation for discretion while finding other ways to balance the ledger. Your silence preserves leverage for future battles. Power players handle betrayal with strategic quiet. They bank secrets as future pressure, rather than spending them for short-term satisfaction. They know that a kept secret has more force than a spilled one. Type this in the comments. Silence is my revenge. Number 10. The promise prison. Under pressure, your mouth starts writing checks reality cannot cash. Promises feel like solutions because they quiet the moment without requiring presentability. But every promise creates debt that compounds with interest. Overpromising is the language of the desperate. It is what people do when they have no immediate answer to an immediate problem. Instead of facing facts, they invent a future that never arrives. Instead of building real value, they inflate expectations that will later burst. The psychology of promising seduces because the upfront cost is zero. You can pledge change, improvement, delivery, or performance with no instant investment. The bill comes due later in the form of shredded credibility and broken trust. Each promise you miss becomes evidence against your reliability. Each commitment you break proves your words carry no weight. Each failed guarantee shows you chose temporary relief over permanent reputation. Machiavelli warned that building power on the crowd is like building on mud. Promises built on hope are just as unstable. People want to believe you because your pledge solves their problems too. When the promise collapses, both the builder and the foundation sink together. Strategic operators make fewer promises and outperform them. They commit modestly and deliver decisively, earning a reputation for reliability rather than rhetoric. Your mouth has been undermining you for years, and you may not even notice. Every conversation is a minefield, where one careless line can destroy years of careful positioning. Every social interaction is a chessboard where your words are either a strategic move or a fatal blunder. The 10 situations we have covered are not rare events. They are daily patterns happening around you right now. The gap between losers and winners is not luck or genius. It is the understanding that words carry consequences and silence carries power. Type this in the comments. My words are deliberate. My silence is strategic. Machiavelli grasped what most people never learn. Life is not won by those who say whatever crosses their mind, but by those who shape their thoughts before they speak. Every sentence you release either strengthens your position or weakens it. Every silence either shields you or costs you an opening. In a world where everything can be recorded, replayed, and turned into a weapon, discipline over your mouth becomes a priceless skill. The ability to speak strategically instead of emotionally decides whether you command your future or get defeated by your own voice. History's standouts were not the loudest. They were the most deliberate. They spoke when words could build and stayed quiet when words would burn. They understood that in the ultimate game of power and influence, your mouth is either your greatest asset or your most dangerous liability. The choice sits with you. Do you let your tongue keep sabotaging your results, or do you master the old art of calculated communication? Do you keep feeding your enemies intel through casual chatter, or do you join the ranks of people who know that true strength speaks softly while weakness shouts? Your language will either raise an empire or hand others the tools to dismantle it. The decision you make now sets the path ahead. In a world full of people who cannot control their tongue, the one who governs their mouth governs their fate. If this opened your eyes to how your words have been used against you, subscribe for more insights on the dark psychology of power and manipulation. Your future self will be grateful you learned these rules before the cost became permanent.